Hello guys, Sir Grandelot here. If you have ever wanted to visit Taiwan to come and meet me essentially, but you were worried about the fact that you cannot speak Chinese and you're afraid that you would starve to death without being able to order food, this is the tier list for you. It's a list of most, or at least maybe some, I've probably missed a ton, but a lot of fast food / franchise stores that are available pretty much everywhere in Taiwan, and where it's fairly easy to obtain edible food, even if you're not really able to speak Chinese. Disclaimer: going to regular small restaurants where you need to actually interact with the waiter or the owner to order food is usually the best option in terms of quality and also the cheapest option. But it's not something that is always possible or convenient, so these kinds of restaurants that are in this tier list can make everyone's lives easier. Unsurprisingly, in Taiwan we have both McDonald's and Burger King, and I'm going to put them together in better than starving tier, because their food is not terrible, it's not even particularly good, it's fairly cheap, you can walk out kinda full, spending probably less than $200. By the way, 200 Taiwanese dollars is less than $7 US, so it's not a terrible price. McDonald's has by far better fried option. We even have a set that includes a chicken drum and a chicken thigh, like whole, not in nuggets form, that are deep fried and served to you, and they're actually pretty nice. Burger King, on the other hand, has much better burgers. The quality of the meat and how it's prepared is better, but Burger King's fries and chicken nuggets are pretty cursed. So I think they average out to be about equal. Moss Burger is a Japanese fast food chain. They prepare burgers. In terms of quality, they will have to go at least here, because Moss Burger prepares their food with all fresh ingredients. Pretty much everything is done on order. Their fried food is nice, the burgers are nice, they have rice burgers, which are very good. So overall the quality is excellent. What is the problem with Moss Burger? It's overpriced as It happens to me very often that I go to Moss Burger, I spend close to 300 Taiwanese dollars, which is about $10 US, and I'm still hungry, which is absurd. So I will have to put it in better than starving option just due to the pricing alone. If it was for the quality, again, I would put it here. So if you see this logo on the road, you want to try it and you are not too worried about getting scammed, I can recommend it, but honestly, I don't go to Moss Burger more than 2 or 3 times a year just because the price triggers me. Next 2 are going to be Laya Burger and My Warm Day. Now, Laya Burger sounds like a burger restaurant. It's actually not. It's actually a breakfast shop, just like My Warm Day. I'm going to put both of them in the edible objects tier because they have a few issues. They are breakfast shops and they offer things like muffins, small burgers, fries, spring onion pancakes. We have a lot of pancakes in Taiwan for breakfast, but they're usually salty pancakes, not sweet pancakes. So keep this in mind. If you go to a shop and you order a pancake, you're going to get like a fairly large pancake with onions that is salty, so please be aware of this. And the issues are that when you order something, it's 90% bread, 10% filling, and the quality of the meat in these 2 shops is among the worst ever. The quality is not very good and they're pretty overpriced, and any local owner's breakfast restaurant is going to be better and cheaper, so I would not really recommend going to either Laya Burger and My Warm Day. The food is not bad, but they're a skip for me. The Diner, I'm going to put it here. It's a franchise that does not have many shops around Taiwan, but you can find it in pretty much every big city in Taiwan, and they specialize in burger, grilled food. They also have some kinds of pasta, and the quality of the food is excellent. I've never had anything bad at the Diner, except for a couple of special seasonal items that were pretty awful. Many years ago there was a burger that was a strawberry chocolate burger, and I thought it was revolting. Other than that, the regular menu at the Diner, excellent. It's a little bit expensive, but Usually, the amount of money that I spend at Moss Burger is not too far from what I spend at the diner, and the diner is much better. I will not put it in goated tier just because it's very difficult to find a spot at the diner, and many of our locations, they no longer take bookings, and you know, it's mealtime, you're hungry, oh, let's go to the diner, and the xiaojie, the lady at the restaurant, tells you that you need to wait an hour and a half. You know, you kind of feel a bit constipated in the soul when it happens. Thank God these Fridays we have it in Taiwan. It's pretty good. I actually like it a lot. Unfortunately, the locations are not particularly convenient for me. Good quality of the food, not a huge selection, price kinda similar to the diner. I probably could put it even in goated tier, but you know, let's clickbait a little bit and not put anything in goated tier yet. I put it on the same tier as the diner. More convenient, very good food, some thumbs ups for Friday. Thank God it's Friday from me. Ponderosa. This is a steakhouse. I will put it in edible objects, and I'm not willing to put it any higher. There are a million steak shops and steak restaurants in Taiwan, with beef, pork, chicken, all the kind of stuff. Ponderosa is the kind of franchise steakhouse that you can find in a mall, and it's bottom tier quality. It's not bad per se, like you're not going to Ponderosa, walk out and think, man, that sucked. But there are so many better and cheaper options that I would prefer to go to Burger King and have a beef bacon burger rather than going to Ponderosa, spend twice as much and have a very mid-quality steak. KFC is the first one that goes into cursed tier. KFC Taiwan is the worst KFC I've ever tried in my life. Now, I've never been to the US. Maybe it's great there, maybe it sucks there as well, I don't know. But KFC in Taiwan is awful. Most of the food that they prepare, like they cook it and then they store it in some cursed heating machines that keep it barely warm, and it becomes all soggy and it's awful. It's absolutely terrible. Every now and then there is a seasonable item that is nice, like some special things that they need to prepare on order, and those are actually pretty okay. But it's absolutely the worst. And for people who have never been to Taiwan, we have a huge fried chicken culture here. Especially in the afternoon, you can find thousands of shops everywhere that will prepare a jipai for you, which is a big, what would you call it? A chicken schnitzel, yeah. Kinda like a giant chicken schnitzel that costs a couple of dollars, maybe free if you go to a really fancy one. And they're amazing and crunchy with different kinds of seasonings, and they all have fries. And there is absolutely no reason to go to KFC ever in Taiwan. Just go to a 7-Eleven and buy something for lunch. Man, it's so bad. It's so bad. Popeyes, I cannot rate it. I will put it in better than starving. The problem with Popeyes is that we have not had it ever until this year. It just opened. And there is only one location in Taipei, and I live near Taipei, but not in Taipei, and I've never been there. The problem also when a famous, a popular Western franchise opens in Taiwan is that there will be lines outside wanting to try the new stuff. The reviews from some of my friends are pretty good. They're like, yeah, it's better than KFC. And I was like, well, of course it's better than KFC. I mean, what the hell? But I've not personally tried it. So I will put it here just due to my friends' reviews. If they're wrong, blame them, not me. But I'm sure it's better than KFC. Fried Chicken Master, I think it has to go into the goated category. Now, Fried Chicken Master, they prepare pretty much the same food that you can find in night markets in Taiwan. So the Giga Chicken Schnitzel that I just mentioned, the jipai, fries and all the sort of stuff. Is it as good? Maybe not, but it's extremely convenient. The food is good, pretty good quality, and every now and then they have some spicy stuff that is very nice, and they're available in most, not all, but in many train stations, high-speed train stations, you know, places where tourists or commuters need to go. And the food there is very good, not particularly expensive, and they're open at lunch, which is important because a lot of fried food stores in Taiwan will only open in the afternoon when people are leaving schools, offices, and stuff like that. Because here it's not very common to have the G-pie, the Giga chicken schnitzel for lunch. But if you see this logo at the train station, in the MRT, or anywhere in Taiwan, their stuff is pretty nice. We now go into pizza territory, which is something that my daughter likes a lot, so I've pretty much tried all of these. And for me, Domino and Pizza Hut are absolutely cursed because it feels like extremely overpriced bread with a little bit of random garbage at the top. They're awful, absolutely awful. And their seasonal items, I often share them on my Discord channel, my Discord server, because they look like jokes. They don't even look like food. Between going to Pizza Hut and Domino or going to 7-Eleven and have a rice bowl, I would pick the rice bowl from 7-Eleven. Like not even a contest. These are absolutely terrible. Napoli, it's actually pretty okay. I'm willing to put it in nice tier. It's not as good. Okay, please, I'm having an aneurysm just by looking at these on the same tier. Let's put things in perspective. The quality of food at the diner, and thank God it's Fridays, is much better than Napoli pizza. But as far as pizza franchises go, Napoli is pretty okay. Their pizza is not amazing, but definitely edible, and some of the stuff on it is pretty nice, and the pizza base is relatively thin. I mean, compared to Domino and Pizza Hut, is like 1/10. But it's reasonable. And in addition to that, you may see a bucket of fried chicken here. They do have fried chicken, and their fried chicken is very good. Way better than KFC. It's really pathetic when a pizza franchise that as a side hustle prepares fried chicken. They have better fried chicken than Kentucky Fried Chicken. Fuck off. But very good. Very, very good. Very convenient. Price reasonable price. So as far as fast food franchises go, Napoli is not bad. Pizza Rock, we need to put it in goated tier. I don't know if it's a franchise right now or if it's still owned by the same dude and he's just been branching out everywhere in Taiwan because he was having success. But it's a a restaurant that you can find in multiple locations in most cities, at least the large ones in Taiwan. As far as, franchise or easy to find places go, they have the best pizza I've tried in Taiwan. It's not the best overall. I've tried some real Italian restaurants, but those are restaurants that you need to know where it is, how to go there, and all the sort of issue. If you're traveling through Taiwan and you're wondering, Pizza Rock, is it going to be edible? It's actually very good. Caffè Grazia is a place that you can find in pretty much every shopping mall, or at least the larger shopping malls in Taiwan. It's strange Italian food, meaning that when I have it, it tastes good. I've never had anything bad from this place, but every time that I mention what I have to some Italian friend, they tell me, what the fuck, that's not Italian food. So I'm a bit confused about it, but when it comes to the quality, nice, a lot of fresh stuff, and the price not terrible, a little bit on the expensive side, but not terrible, and you have a nice sitting experience at a nice restaurant. Saizeria, absolutely goated. It's a Japanese franchise that has a few locations in Taiwan, and it's a essentially Italian-Japanese fusion. Don't ask me how it works. And it's very nice and extremely cheap. So if you see this logo, just go there. You're going to walk out full, spending as much as you would spend in McDonald's or Burger King, but instead of having very questionable fast food stuff, you have very nice Italian/Japanese food in there. I cannot recommend it enough. Before we talk about this logo, we need to talk about beef noodles, because it's one of the staple foods here in Taiwan. You cannot walk more than 50 meters without finding a beef noodle restaurant. And if you go there and you simply learn one Chinese word, which is nuromian, beef noodles, you're going to be able to order food there, because there are not a lot of varieties. Sure, the noodles can be thin or thick, the beef can have few different options, but in general there are not difficult places to order food from. And it's exceptional, like beef noodles are, oh my god, they're amazing all year in summer, when it's cold, when it's raining. You can have beef noodles anytime in Taiwan and they're fairly cheap. This franchise, you can often find it in shopping malls, some train stations. I could not find their English name on their website. It's called the Sanshan Chaofu, but I don't know what's their name. I will call it Mercurial, because apparently the Mercurial name appears when I look for them. It's awful. It's really bad beef noodles. If you were in Taiwan for the first time and someone took you here to this cursed, it looks like a cursed face, by the way, took you here to have beef noodles and you had them, you would be thinking, well, this is not very good. And it's not good. It's a very bad franchise. It's overpriced, the amount of stuff they give you is not good, and the quality is not good. Particularly the beef is not good. It's always so chewy. The meat in beef noodles should melt when you put it in your mouth, and this one melting does not. Absolutely terrible. Do not go to this beef noodle place ever. Sukiya is exceptional. It's actually a fast food of Japanese slash Taiwanese food, and you can find it very often in busy areas with a lot of offices. I'm not sure if you can find it in train stations. Sukiya has a lot of Japanese style and some Taiwanese style food. The pricing is very good because it's designed to appeal to office workers who go there for a lunch break, and almost everything that can be prepared in advance in Sukiya is prepared in advance. So when you order something, they just assemble things and they finish cooking only the fried stuff that is very quick to prepare. So if you go to Sukiya, you basically have a Japanese fast food experience, mostly of healthy food, and I cannot recommend it enough. Haha, Sanma, I actually like it a lot. I will put it in noise tier, not higher than that. Sama, it's famous mostly for the stinky tofu hot pot, which I don't particularly like. Their hot pot in general are reasonable, and the problem with the hot pot restaurants in Taiwan is that they can be a bit difficult to navigate if you cannot speak Chinese. Because some of them, they have sets that will give you, but then you need to actually walk to pick up things that you can combine with what you order, while others will deliver things to you. So hotpot is not the easiest place to go for people who cannot speak Chinese. Sama is kind of fast food, it's definitely a franchise, but you go there, you point at something, you order it. The quality is not amazing, to be honest, but the price is very good. You're going to spend less than, I would say, $5 US for a hot pot, maybe 6 if you get the fancier one. There is not a lot of meat, there is not a lot of anything inside, but at least some of their things are fresh, and yeah, one tier above these, in my opinion. Just like beef noodles, dumplings are something that you can get everywhere in Taiwan. So, Bafan, which is a dumpling franchise store, for me it will be a complete skip. Now, the stuff is not bad. This is actually bad. You know, the beef noodle shop that I mentioned earlier is actually bad. The stuff in Bafan is not bad per se, but any option from a common restaurant that you can find anywhere on the road, and just like beef noodles were everywhere, is going to be better, potentially cheaper. And I would definitely skip Bafan. It's up to you, but if you see this logo, apart from the fact that it's a mess, whoever designed this it's an absolute third of a human. These logos are okay, very simple to remember. No, skip this, skip. Now, the next three are franchises that serve almost the same food, and they are Sushiro, Sushi Express, and Kura. And they are, the Sushi Train Express. You sit at a table, there is a train, a conveyor belt in front of you that has a lot of plates, and you take whatever you want. What they serve is very similar, apart from, seasonal special stuff. My daughter's favorite is Sushiro, so I'm going to put it in goated territory with Kura and Sushi Express one tier below. There are way more Sushi Expresses in Taiwan than Kura and Sushiro, and they're very often available in some shopping malls, some metro stations, and near busy office areas. Kura and Sushiro are more for some shopping malls. The quality of all of them is pretty good, and if you spend, I would say, 10 to 15 US dollars, you are going to be fairly full unless you are extremely hungry. You just have to be careful about what you order, because if you just get the sushi, you're going to fill your belly with just a mountain of rice. And if you start to order special side dishes and desserts, you're going to spend a lot of money. But the quality is excellent for all of them, and they're definitely recommended by yours truly. This is a picture of a lunchbox. Which restaurant is it? Well, let's talk about it for a moment. I will put the lunchbox in goated territory. Lunchboxes, beef noodles and dumplings, you can find them anywhere. I believe that probably 80% of people in Taiwan at lunchtime have a lunchbox because they're cheap, they make you feel full, and the quality of the stuff is usually pretty decent because there is a huge competition for a lunchbox restaurant, right? Really, really huge. And if one lunchbox restaurant, being a private shop or a franchise, serves food that is slightly lower quality, it's going to be out of a business soon. So on average, the quality is pretty okay. This one in particular is the lunchbox from the Taiwan Railway Company. When you're traveling around Taiwan and you are on the railway, you can actually buy this lunchbox. It's decent, good quality, it's nice, the price is good, so it's definitely recommended. Anywhere you go, you can find lunch boxes, and there are a few franchises that they're actually worse than regular shops you can find around town, so I will not even mention them. If you're traveling, just go with the railway, they call it bento box. The Chinese name is biandan, but it's a lunchbox, and they're preset. Like, you see a box, you get it, you go. While in some other restaurants, you actually need to order one by one the things that you want, and it can be a little bit trickier. But in general, if you're traveling, the railway lunchbox is probably going to save your life. This is not a complete list because there are some franchises that are only available in certain regions or that are only present in small obscure rest stops at highways, so I did not include those. But this tier list, if you are a tourist in Taiwan or you live in Taiwan and you disagree with any of these, you are just wrong. You need to get better because you are just wrong. This is correct. That's all from yours truly. See you next time.